We are back, and good morning. Happy National Tight Ends Day to all you tight ends out there and everyone else watching, tuning in. Let's get it. Okay, so as you guys get into the chat, hit that like button and subscribe down below, obviously. And let's wait a little bit, see if we get wait for as many people to trickle into the live stream as we get going here. No video today. This is what we're going to be doing. So a little different, but we'll make the best of it. All right, just waiting for everyone. If you guys are in the stream, here we go. All right, that took a while. There was a little bit of a lag. So now I could get to see who is all tuning in. So good morning. Mario, what's happening, man? Rich, happy Sunday. DT in the house. Theo, what's going on, man? Yeah, we're going to do a live stream today. No video, so changing it up a little bit. Lawrence, what's happening? Ticker Ripper, good morning. Bill's in the house. Let's get it. Yes, let's get that money. C. Thomas, what's going on, man? Excited to see who all kind of shows up today. And yeah, let's talk about it. DT, yeah, that the weather kind of impacted that game a little bit late night. Cartier in the house. Good morning. Donna, what's going on? Yeah, so National Tight Ends Day. Let's get it going. Let's talk about it. This is kind of like a national betting holiday as well. This is kind of where you throw out all of the analytics and all that good stuff, and especially with these spreads we got today. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunities in the tight end market. People are going to be I shouldn't say people, but quarterbacks, coordinators, they're going to be trying to get those big boys the ball. And it's almost like a lottery day. Some years on this day, you make thousands of dollars. Some days you'll lose with one or two guys not coming in the end zone. But I do like it because we have a lot of 7-point spreads across the board in games that I am targeting tight ends. I have a core four of 4 tight ends that I will be kind of selecting to find the end zone. We'll talk about that after we run the board. I got a lot of props today as well. Okay, not necessarily the best day for spreads and totals, but I do like I like 7 to 10 props. I will give out 7 props that I do favor. So going to be kind of a volume day for the betting world, and also I do have 4 spreads and 3 spreads in total as official best bets as well that will go through the board and kind of run that up. So I got some more people coming in the house. Let's say hello to David from Baytown, Texas. And Jennifer is repping the Broncos here. I do like the Broncos today. Unapologetic Mel in the house, trying to get that bag. Travis, good morning. What's happening as always? And yeah. Not how you spell it, Cartier, but yeah, I'm on board with that. I like that one quite a bit. Okay, so let's get into it. I will show you guys what we have going on here on Outlier. If you aren't using Outlier, let's sign up for that 7-day free trial. It's in the Sports Equinox, and we do have all of these sports running concurrently. It just simply does the work for you. It doesn't tell you necessarily who's going to win. Nobody has that crystal ball, but if you are doing research for the small monthly price, this is kind of the end-all, be-all, no more Googling, if you will. Okay, so let's look into it. Like I said, guys, I have a lot of props I like, so we will try to do this for about an hour. And then I will break down the Sunday night game and Monday night game in a dedicated video. So make sure you have that notification bell turned on for that. If you are watching over on X, hit that subscribe button. Let's do it. Okay, join us here at TBM Sports. Fluffy in the house. Yeah, Vegas does have that crystal ball. Had a little late night sprinkle there on the Spartans and the over. That was one where it wasn't, it wasn't one that was comfy, but we definitely cashed in a little double hitter correlated parlay I made a little late night last night. A couple things, college football world, just to kind of get the comments going. Leave a comment. Which team are you backing for the national championship? Okay, I think A&M spread their wings a little bit, winning in Death Valley last night. Full disclosure, I did open up a position on the quarterback for Texas A&M. I ended up getting him at 7-1. Okay, and this was a player that you were in the high double digits at one point, even preseason. So dynamic quarterback, and at 7-1 with really no clear cut horse in that race. And I'm not on the Mendoza bandwagon yet, like most people. So I do see some value in that. Okay. Travis, Bloomington. Nice. So you're a little bit biased in that regard. I actually did find my way down to Bloomington. I eat at that pizza place where everybody writes on the walls. About a week ago, I was down there on a golf trip. So I think you'll know what I'm talking about. Okay. But looking in this, guys, let's talk about that first game. This is, and I do want to kind of preface this whole breakdown, right? There's a lot of 7, 7.5, 6.5 point spreads, double-digit spreads. Okay. I do want to kind of mention this is a teaser paradise. Okay. If you want to round robin teasers, I don't mind that whatsoever. Long teaser it up. If you find those 6-point teasers minus 130, if you can get cheaper than that, great. If you do want to dumb down the money lines, just make them 2-leg money line parlays. Sometimes you get better juice, but never taking more than that. And I do like this day quite a bit for the teaser conversation, and we'll talk about that. And I will tell you which games that does apply to. New England is one of those games. Okay, 6.5 is the Patriots, what they're laying at home. A couple game notes about this, right? We do know what is actually happening in Cleveland. This is kind of where you look into the conversation to be had about no quarterback. I think we've had that conversation for the last 20 plus years. Okay. But as we look at this, guys, I do want to mention that the Patriots have not really had that stiffest of competition. Okay. And that's where this game is going to be very interesting in that regard. I mean, looking at New England's last games, Tennessee, New Orleans, beating Buffalo obviously was a good one. Carolina in a demolition, and then the losing to the Steelers. Okay, but their last 4 games, and beating up on Miami, where they should have lost that game. New England has a great record, but are they actually the class of the East, right? So when we do have that Patriots Bills rematch, I think we'll get a little better of a picture. Some good money though on New England if you do want to take them to win that division. Okay. Yeah, Travis, I did go play that. Yeah, I played it from the backs too. That was 8,000 plus yards. So I'd probably put it in the 5th best course I've ever played. Didn't really enjoy the other one as much, the Ross course. Okay, back on topic. We are going to talk about this. I do like the New England Patriots here in a teaser quite a bit. Cleveland is taking some money. I will note that the Browns 2-5 as we look at them ATS though on the season, 3-4 against the number on the year. And this is a spot where, Cleveland, for the sharps out there, if you do fall into that conversation, if you would have followed the sharps yesterday in college football, you would have got absolutely wrecked again for like the 3rd week running. But as we talk about it, guys, the Browns, they have been like the sharp pick in the NFL for the last 3 weeks in a row. Okay. And I think they're 1-2 ATS in those weeks. And as we talk about it, this is kind of where you look into a lower scoring game. Couple props I do want to highlight for you guys and things that I do like. Like I said, New England will be in a builder in my teasers. It's not a straight play for me. Okay. But I do like one person in specific here in this game. We're going to look into the two props here for this game, okay, that I will have official best bets in for the prop world. And this is where, like I said, guys, I'm a big-time prop bettor, and we're going to look into, first and foremost, Jerry Jeudy, okay? If you have watched any Browns football, Dylan Gabriel does not stretch the field, okay? The only thing that does give me pause with this bet, and you can't bet on injuries, but if he ever does get benched for Shedeur, we will see the opposite of this conversation playing out. Okay, and for some reason I can't find this. For some reason my scroll bar is not working, so that's going to be very unfortunate. But we are going to look into it. I'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. All right, we're going to find the longest reception there for the likes of Jerry Jeudy, okay? And this is where you can see this sitting at 19.5. I'm going to go under, okay? I'm going under Jerry Jeudy, longest reception. I was listening to some notes and a couple of podcasts for the Browns. I am a Browns fan, as you can see by the logo, but this is something where you look into Jerry Jeudy. Okay, guys, he has not, I shouldn't say Jerry Jeudy, but Dylan Gabriel. There's only been like 4 passes downfield of 20 yards or more. Okay, so that's a very interesting little nugget there. So for me, guys, I'm taking Jerry Jeudy under his longest reception, just playing sheer statistics. Okay, if you don't throw the ball 20 yards, you can't have a reception of 20 yards unless you get something, busting loose out of the backfield, a little yards after catch. If you get some yak, then there you go. Okay. So I am taking this. This is one of the props I do like today. Jerry Jeudy, longest reception going under. That will be an official best bet. I will recap the best bets at the end of this live stream once we're done kind of talking here. And the other receiving prop that I do like for this game, and there are quite a bit, obviously the Fannin, Njoku's on the men, but if you do like Fannin, Henry, those are tight ends that are going to be very much in the mix today for an anytime touchdown. Okay. The other one that we are going to get into, and this will be the likes of Stephon Diggs. Okay. I do like the receptions more so. 4.5 grabs at -135. This number has climbed a lot, but the way that the Browns secondary is, I guess you would say, exiled, there's going to be a lot of pressure, a lot of man coverage, and Stephon Diggs, short passes, quick passes. I think he will get 5 grabs or more. One of my favorite bets of the day. Not in love with the juice at -135. But this is kind of where you look into Stephon Diggs. I think he's going to get 5 grabs. Would not shock me if he had 3 or 4 in the first half, to be honest, getting upwards of 6 in this game. Not a ladder candidate, but I do think that 5 and 6 receptions for Stephon Diggs will be firmly into the mix. The only thing that does make me worry is if the Patriots just can run the football on the Browns, right? Browns defense away from home is a little bit, I guess you would say, paper thin. The numbers do speak for themselves, but the Browns, if they are in a close game and they have to still throw the ball for the Patriots, Stephon Diggs going over his 4.5 receptions is a bet that I firmly like. Okay. So we're going to get outside of that. That is it. Those are kind of the 3 ways I'm approaching that game. The Patriots will be in the mix in one of my large teaser plays. I do remember that game for Lamar. That was 92. And I will kind of stack on top of that conversation. If you go back and remember the Josh Gordon game where he, absolutely shredded that Patriots defense and they almost won in Foxborough. Should have won if they weren't the Browns, but I did want to kind of give them that credit where it was due. All right, next, let's get into San Fran and Houston. Okay. Houston -2.5 here in this game. For me, guys, this is one of my plays on a total perspective. I'm going under 43 as one of my best bets. I do like Houston, San Fran going under 43. I think this one does have some potential for fireworks, but there are a couple game notes that I did want to mention here in this spot. If you look into kind of what we've seen here, all right, Houston is down Nico Collins. They're going to be very much hampered. I think Nick Chubb going against this San Francisco front. As we all know, Fred Warner's out for the Niners, and just calling it what it is. His backup played exceedingly well, kind of was the MVP there on defense for me last week as San Francisco was able to be victorious against Atlanta in a kind of decisive win. Really played some good defense, and Houston, conversely, they do not score and they do not allow scoring. Okay. This is kind of where you can make the argument Houston is the number 1 scoring defense in the NFL. I think this one, I think we may have the possibility that neither team gets into the 20s in this game. And this one could be a low scoring affair. Okay. And it's one of the reasons why I'm kind of worried about the touchdown market for the tight ends, because there are 2 props that I do like quite a bit. this is going to be Dalton Schultz, okay? And we're going to look at that right now as we turn our attention to the tight end world, okay? We're going to pull up some Dalton Schultz numbers, and I do like him a little bit more so than the George Kittle conversation. But if we look into receptions, 9 grabs last week against Seattle, okay? San Francisco, pretty much middle of the pack, receptions allowed. But as we've had some turnover and turmoil here, and I'm not going to play the 5.5. This is kind of where they got you by the balls. If you want to play 4.5, you got to lay minus 187. And you can see kind of how he hits that in every game. But we are going to do it. 5.5 at plus 107. You know, that's going to be official best bet, taking Dalton Schultz over 5.5 grabs. It is plus money, so it's a little bit of a different conversation. Wish we could find a flat 5, but they won't do that with props. So if you do like the tight end department, Dalton Schultz, this is where I would go. Receiving yards may be a better way of approaching it. Quite frankly, I think that's probably the better way than the grabs. But I think 48.5 at minus 112 is firmly going to be a winner as well. If he has 6 grabs, he's probably going to have 49 yards. Okay, so I love me some Dalton Schultz today with the absence of Nico Collins. Okay, so that will be in a best bet as well. The touchdown world, though, we have to talk about this. Okay, if you look into the numbers here, Dalton Schultz has not scored a touchdown. Okay, dating back to 2024, he only had 2 touchdown grabs. But I do think this one has to be involved in your touchdown tight end parlay, tight end day conversation. He's kind of my guy today that nobody's really talking about, and it's a perfect candidate in a year where he has no touchdowns on the season. What better time than now with Nico Collins and Tank Dell out, depleted. So Dalton Schultz in a low-scoring game may be the only touchdown that the Houston Texans do get here in this spot. All right. So that's kind of where I'm at within this San Fran and Houston game. Like I said, guys, the official best bet will be on the under. Next, let's get into a little NFC East grudge match, okay? Looking to even the score as the Eagles had a little bit of misfortune as they were derailed by Jackson Dart and the Scatabo train. Eagles 7.5. You can find 7s out there. Once again, guys, great teaser leg. Don't love it in its own right, okay? You kind of get that trend. I do love a lot of these 7-point favorites here in teasers. What could go wrong, right? Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at. As we look at it, though, guys, we have to talk about the tight ends here as well, okay? And pretty much on the board, the number 1 tight end here for all conversations to be had on the day, for my money, is probably going to be Dallas Goedert and Jake Ferguson, okay? I do have one rule. When you do these touchdown parlays, kind of my rule, you never do the same game, 2 touchdowns from the same game, unless you're going to target a game that's going to be a total of 50 points or more. Then you can, kind of just do touchdowns only for that game. But if you do have a 4, 5, 6 leg tight end touchdown parlay that I know you guys all will have today, do not put 2 guys from the same team, same game that are tight ends. Just don't do it. Okay. It's different if it's different positions, but if you're going to target, the tight end from Dallas, Ferguson, and then also go for the one from Denver. And then same thing here. If you go with Goddard, do not do the Giants tight end conversely. Just don't do it. It's just not worth it. There's better value out there, and you don't want to be stuck where you're rooting for 2 touchdowns from the same game. Okay. One thing I do like in this game, and I do want to note, Barkley has not rushed for 100 yards on the season. I can see that happening today. A.J. Brown is out. The way that this works, though, when A.J. Brown's out, Dallas Goedert goes up, okay? And I do like Goddard quite a bit. The one thing I'll tell you guys, though, is the problem with this all is a lot of people say A.J. Brown's out. Jalen Hurts' numbers are going to go way up. There's no really empirical data that does back that up, so do not kind of fall into that trap. I think it actually makes it harder for Jalen Hurts to run the football when A.J. Brown's out. You lose that deep flash, and then it kind of brings a defender back into the box, and a lot of schematic things they can do to kind of inhibit the rushing attack from the quarterback position. Okay. But A.J. Brown, like we said, I believe he's out. I don't know why he's still here on the board. He's out. He's on my fantasy team, so I know he's out. Okay. But I still think that this is where we look into Devonta Smith, and I will show you guys why I like Devonta Smith. This would be receiving yards, okay? Grabs are set at 5.5, but for receiving yards, I think this is a little better conversation. He had 183 yards last week against the likes of Minnesota. Denver, he had 114 against that great pass defense. And as we go down the board a little bit, okay, this is where we're going to go. Devonta Smith, 70 receiving yards at minus, and I believe this is Bet Rivers. But you can find this 69.5 at minus 134. That will be the official best bet for the prop department. We are taking Devonta Smith over 69.5. I think this is where you go back to the head-to-head matchup. He had 49 against the Giants in a game where probably Philadelphia played their worst game offensively. Okay, so that's where I'm at. I do like the Devonta Smith receiving yards going over. That will be one of my best bets in the prop department. Okay, touchdowns, let's talk about it. And this is the one that I think everybody will have and love. Dallas Goedert, he has scored a touchdown in 4 of his last 5 games. And looking at this matchup, this is one of the reasons why I like it, right? They can put him under center. They can give him a tush push. They can give him a flick by the line of scrimmage to get into the end zone. It's tight end day. They're a quirky team schematically. The Giants do not give up a lot of touchdowns to tight ends, albeit he did score 1 against them back in October on the 9th. But I do like Dallas Goedert. Obviously, he will be on my tight end parlay cards as one of my best bets, okay? Next, and like I said, no play for me on the side or total. It's just going to be involved in a teaser leg where I do take the Eagles here to win and kind of even the score here, okay? And I see a lot of people headed into the chat right now, so I do want to tell you guys thanks for tuning in. I know Sundays are busy with church, family, all that good stuff, but it's National Tight End Day. Where else would you rather be other than watching me talk here football and drinking a cup of coffee? But I do want to shout you guys out. So we have Danny in the house. WT, welcome. Bob, welcome. And yeah, if you haven't hit that like button, put those thumbs up, hype up the video. That's a new feature here on YouTube. And also be sure to subscribe if you're watching on X. Awesome. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you subscribe as well. Okay. Next game we're going to look into Miami and Atlanta. Do have a couple props I do like in this game as well. But also another 6.5 touchdown favorite here for the Falcons. We will see Kirk Cousins. Don't know what we're going to get here. And as much as I love to fade Miami, I'm not going to back Kirk Cousins. And Kyle Pitts' numbers go way down when Kirk Cousins is in action. So that's going to be a tight end that I am going to be staying away from for this day. And as we look at this game, a couple things to mention. Bijan Robinson, especially after the way Atlanta lost last week, I think Bijan will go absolutely insane today, going against a Miami defense that really, quite frankly, can't do much of anything. They're not going to be overextending Kirk Cousins. I think that if we look into the rushing and receiving yards for Bijan, this is kind of how I would approach this game. If you want to find it here, and this is where you're going to find some insane numbers. And the only reason why I have not made this bet is because it's set at minus 115 at 137.5. These are way bigger than even McCaffrey numbers. But the funny thing about it is I love the over here minus one. I love the over here at 137.5. Quite frankly, it would not shock me if he had 200 all-purpose yards from scrimmage today. Okay. It's just how long did it keep him into the game? Will Miami be able to compete? That's the only reason I'm not betting it, but I do favor that one quite a bit still for Bijan to go absolutely insane. Okay. Next, we're going to go into the passing market because this is one where I think this one, unless he gets benched or killed or hurt, Tua Tagovailoa to throw an interception. Let's just call it what it is. Okay. In back-to-back games, he's had 3 interceptions. Minus 125. That's some great value. This will be a mainstay on all of my prop tickets and all that good stuff. Going over a half interception for Tua at minus 125. And honestly, guys, if you wanted to get a little ballsy, there on DraftKings, you can even find 2 interceptions at plus 211. Okay, so a little bit more value. Tua, he's going to throw a pick. I just don't know if it's going to be 1, 2, 3, or hell, it might even be 4 interceptions here on the day. Going against a very pissed off Atlanta Falcons defense. Okay, that's how I'm going to be approaching this game. Those are the leans in terms of Bijan. That's not an official play, but Tua pick will be. And here we go. Another almost full touchdown favorite here behind the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay. as we look at it. Joe Flacco is playing a Jets team that is winless. Second time in the last, I think, 20 years this has happened for the Jets. And the Bengals are at home. Hendrickson is in today. That will be a huge boost for that Bengals defense. And I like Cincy, okay? I think Joe Flacco is an instant plug and play. And I think it actually kind of discredits the run that Joe Burrow was on with that offensive line just due to the weapons around him. Because if Joe Flacco can basically come off of the streets and have success and win big-time ball games and compete, I know that they're 3-4 on the year, but still, he's getting it done. And I think that him and Chase have a definite rapport. I will not be looking into the tight end position here. Obviously, Mike Gesicki is a player that you could target. Noah Fant as well from a tight end world. But this is something where I really, truly feel like Flacco will get a tight end into the end zone. I just don't know what we're going to get here in this game. This could be a circus show. Justin Fields is back. He's going to be running the football. Tyrod Taylor's out. Okay. And Badger, I do like Pitts, but if Cousins is playing, I don't like Pitts with Cousins in the game. Just wanted to kind of point to that. Okay. But if we're talking Bengals and Jets, it's hard not to like the Bengals there to win this game. Okay, I think that Flacco and Higgins will be kind of the match today. Flacco. He has Higgins and Jamar Chase. This is kind of a definite offensive expectation game, I think, that you would expect for the Bengals, and I just love it in that regard. Not going to have any official plays, though, because I don't trust the Jets for a lot of reasons, right? I don't want to discredit the fact that they could still win this game. I think that truly is the case. If you look at some of the game personnel notes, you do have Sauce Gardner's out, you have Garrett Wilson out, you have also Tyrod Taylor's out, which I don't really know if that makes a difference. And then there is another player that is out as well. I'm trying to find out who that is because I can't really remember all this stuff. But it's almost a Breece Hall. Yeah, Breece Hall's questionable. Will he suit up? Who knows? But this is kind of where you go into this from a standpoint, guys. I just don't know the effort. I'm more worried about effort here, okay? I don't know what kind of effort we're going to get from the Jets. They're almost in that white flag category. So this is why I'm going to stay away from this game. But I do like the Bengals. And I'm more so Higgins and Chase today. And also I do like Noah Fant a little bit in the tight end department. Okay, and here's going to be another game that we do have an official play in, okay? I wasn't going to bet this with Lamar Jackson in, but we have to talk about the the Bears traveling to Baltimore to play the 1-5 Baltimore Ravens, okay? The Ravens do get a lot healthier today, although they're in a leap of hurt after kind of, I guess you would say, misleading the NFL, and they're going to have a very harsh punishment for the Lamar Jackson injury status debacle. And I think that as we talk about this game, guys, we get some value here. And like I said, this wasn't a play for me at 5.5, albeit it was a very strong play for a lot of people. I still like Baltimore -2.5 to win by a field goal. The Bears have been, albeit for the last, starting the season 0-2, the last 4 games, they may be the best team or the hottest team right now in the NFL, I should say. But I still like the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh, after a bye week, is just, the numbers speak for themselves. It's almost Tomlin-esque if you want to get into those ATS trends. But for Baltimore here, -2.5, this is a bet that I really do like at this number, okay? So I don't really care about the quarterback position. I think Henry will get his as well. If you look at kind of the rush, and this is where statistics, and why I don't use statistics a lot when I do my numbers, rush EPA, the Bears are off the charts, very highly rated, okay? When you look at the Chicago road rushing stats, so they're almost dead last. And I think that's kind of where 2 bets I like in this. If you want to go Baltimore right now, player props, we're going to go in the rushing world. It's going to happen, okay? And this is how I would approach it. The Derrick Henry, yes, I do think he will score a touchdown. But I do think that and I have to do it this way. For some reason, my slider bar on my mouse is not working. So I do apologize for this being a little bit slower than I would want it to be. But I think it's going to be a Henry game. It's going to be a little chillier. Obviously, he has had some fumble issues. He's showing some age. But I do think that Derrick Henry, longest rush, won't make my card, but over 18.5. He has not hit this in the last 3 games. I think this one is firmly in play. Okay, I think he's going to bust one today. So Derrick Henry going over that longest rush. And then also, if you want to get into the rush yards in general, I think we get some insane value here. Okay, these are numbers for Henry that we haven't seen in quite a long time. But still over 86.5 for Derrick Henry going over at -112. I do like a lot. And that will be one of my best bets here. I think Henry gets 100 here in this game, just being honest. Okay. Like I said, Chicago rushing on the road, the numbers aren't there. All right. I won't play this outside of the Ravens -2.5. That will be an official play. And then the Henry rushing yards, I do like quite a bit as well. Bills in Carolina. Will Buffalo lose 3 in a row? All right. That's going to be the big storyline today. Looking at this game, though, let's talk about it because it's another touchdown favorite here as the Bills travel on the road. And guess what? Here we go. Are we going to see the life support quarterback storyline continue? Okay, we've seen it with Sam Darnold. We've seen it with Baker Mayfield. Maybe it's something to do with Carolina. Who knows? But today we get Andy Dalton back at the helm. Okay, so the Red Rocket will be live. Scrappy player. But the Bills, they will not lose 3 straight. Will they cover 7.5? Who knows? I do like the Bills quite a bit, -7. A lot of people kind of gave them the AFC crown before the season started. Win total, I think, was set at 11.5. Just couldn't get there. Okay, now the Bills are 4-2. The Patriots are kind of taking them on head first. And guys, I don't know if you knew this, but the Panthers are 4-3. Bryce Young has made considerable strides. I do have a rule, though, and this kind of is just something that I hope you guys take with stride and use this when you guys are doing your work, when you handicap football. I don't judge a quarterback until year 3, okay? And that's just kind of one of my rules. And I think that you look into the history and the test of time in the NFL. Yes, we have rookie phenoms, sophomore slumps. I do not judge a quarterback until after year 3, okay? So keep that in mind. This is kind of why everybody was willing to sign off and kind of just cast Bryce Young aside. But he's playing well. And now that they have Rico Dowdle, a little 2-headed monster, him and Chuba Hubbard, also some receivers to go to. They're a scrappy offense, okay? And they are at home hosting the Bills. A couple game notes that I do want to share with you guys in this one. And this is where we look for Rico Dowdle. This is the guy that I'm going to be targeting. I do like the Bills a little bit in a teaser leg. I don't mind Carolina taking 6 up to 13.5. If you want to do multiple teams, you can do a 6.5 up to 14. But I do think the Bills take care of business here on the road. I don't think that they will lose 3 straight. I don't think Josh Allen, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think that he has lost 3 straight, okay? But obviously the rushing department, even though Chuba Hubbard is back, this is kind of where we get some value here on Dowdle, okay? Over 49.5, -122. That is going to be one of my best bets as well, okay? And that will be 49.5. At -122. The other thing that I will tell you about this from a receiving standpoint, if we look at the, should say touchdown standpoint, okay, if we keep it with the tight ends, kind of an outlier here would be Tommy Tremble. He doesn't really, in my opinion, isn't a full-blown tight end, but for NFL purposes, he is kind of a sneaky play there for him. But if we are going to talk about it, let's go find him. Dalton Kincaid, okay? The only thing that does scare me here in this game is that he is coming off of injury, but in 3 of the 6 games, 3 in the 5 games that he has played, this is where +220. I'm going to have Kincaid here. Welcome back. Let's get him a touchdown here in the spot. And as we all know, the Panthers are allowing the 23rd most touchdowns to the tight end position. Okay, so Dalton Kincaid to the moon. If you do like the Dawson Knox conversation, they kind of go Jekyll and Hyde back and forth. And I think last week was a Dawson Knox game. So Dalton Kincaid is going to be one of my best bets in the tight end day department. Okay, he's going to be part of that core 4 or 5 where I looked around Robin that and turn a profit. Okay, so that's where I'm at for the Bills and Panthers. Best bet will be Rico Dowdle over 49.5. And then obviously the Dalton Kincaid will be the the touchdown department for tight end day. Okay. Tampa Bay in New Orleans. Okay. We're getting into the 4 o'clock hour as we look at Baker Mayfield and the Mike Evans-less Buccaneers now. Okay. So Godwin's out, Evans is out, and Abuka has been having an insane year. Okay. And what does that mean for us as tight end lovers? Okay. This is one of the prime games, I think, to target some value here at the tight end position. Okay. So we're going to talk about that. I won't have a bet on the side or total. I do like 2 tight ends here in this spot, and that's why we're going to be targeting this. No bet either prop for this as well. There's too much stuff going on and too many things that I do like. This is one of the games I kind of just crossed off. But let's talk about some tight ends, okay? Cade Otton, I think he's going to be on everybody's short list. He has not had a touchdown in 2025, which I don't know if that's true. He might have had one called back. So the only thing that does scare me, though, is he hasn't even had a red zone target, which is also false. So I don't like – this is not actually true. This is not true because I personally watched him basically get down at the 1. So maybe he caught the ball. Maybe they snapped the ball outside the 20. But that one's kind of interesting. Okay. Anyways, nonetheless, I do think Cade Otton with no Evans, with no Godwin, Baker, he's kind of a I guess you would say, I think he'd be kind of a lush to this narrative where it's tight end day. And I think he'd be trying to get Cade Otton the ball going against a lowly Saints defense. Okay. 1-6 on the year. And also I do want to kind of get into this conversation here for the Saints. Okay. I don't think they really can afford to play around with that narrative, but Juwan Johnson plus 320, even if he does not get into the end zone, this is a player from a receiving standpoint. I think it's way too low. I think he has an insane day today. So I would go Juwan Johnson in the prop department. I don't have any official bets, but I do like Juwan Johnson and Cade Otton. Those are 2 tight ends that I am targeting for this whole national holiday, whatever you want to call it. But that's kind of where I'm at with Tampa Bay and New Orleans. Outside of that, kind of staying away from that one in specific. Okay. Next game, Dallas and Denver. Okay. And Black Ops is in the house. Just want to say what's up. Shout out to all the channel members that are watching. Thank you for the support. Next game is Dallas and Denver. Okay. This is going to be a lot of people's tight end day favorite, Jake Ferguson. Okay. But total set at 51.5. Denver is a -3, 3.5, depending where you found it. I took a 3 early. That is one of my best bets. I like Denver -3 here in this spot. Not that I don't like Dallas. Trust me, they're playing some good ball. But I'm firmly on the side of Denver Broncos. This is a game where I think Denver carries on some momentum from last week. As we all saw, probably one of the best football games of 2025. But I'm not, on the Dallas kind of hype train yet. Okay. We've seen this story play out, and now Dallas goes onto the road, mile high, playing at altitude against a very tough defense. Okay. This is kind of where I think we get a cheap price. Personally, my numbers have this game a little bit higher. So if you can find that Denver -3, that's where I'm going to be at. I think that Denver takes control of this game and they do roll. The one kind of storyline here is Javonte Williams going back in a little revenge game. Okay. The Broncos did not re-sign him. So I do think they will try to make an effort to get him the football. And unfortunately, going against a Denver defense, I don't think it's really going to do much of anything. Okay. But I do want to kind of note what Dallas has done this year, not to discredit their record as the Dallas Cowboys 3-3-1. Outside of that, pretty much comeback against the Packers that resulted in a tie. They gave up 40 points to the Giants, basically. Philly, they played good. Philly was kind of hurt early. It was on the road, so that is kind of the number one takeaway for me. But they got killed by the Bears. They got 22 points allowed to the Jets. They almost got destroyed by the Panthers, losing 30-27. And then they played a crippled Washington team that they won 44-22. So the only thing that does kind of give me pause here, and it's not a discredit to that Denver defense, but Dallas they score points. Okay. So if you didn't want to bet Denver -3, kind of I guess you would say, a baby way to bet it as Pickens and, CeeDee Lamb and Ferguson. I mean, Dak is definitely, I'm not going to give him the MVP consideration that a lot of people are getting behind, but Dallas, they're going to score points. So if you do want to kind of bet Dallas in a different direction, taking Dallas over their team total, 24 points for Dallas, I think is very much in play. Even in a game that they do lose, I could see Dallas going over their team total. That's something where I don't want to say it's a chalky bet, but I just really don't see a way they don't score 24. But my handicap also does involve Denver's defense playing overperforming today, I should say. So I do like Denver -3. That will be my best bet. Looking at the touchdown department, though, for the tight ends, let's talk about this because this is kind of where I think this is pretty much I don't want to say a lock, but there was a point where Jake Ferguson never found the end zone for the Cowboys. He's caught 6 touchdowns in the last 4 games. Okay. So give me Jake Ferguson. And also, as we look at the tight end numbers for Denver, they do give up a little bit more. They don't really give up too many passing touchdowns as is, but they do give up a little bit more in a more favorable direction to tight ends versus receivers. So I do like Jake Ferguson. I think he'll be on everybody's short list. Okay. And then the last 4 o'clock game, we're going to talk about Tennessee and Indianapolis. I do have a bet in regards to a prop. I do like Indianapolis. They won by 20, I believe, in the first matchup. The Colts to the moon, okay? They are 6-1 on the year, and by a lot of metrics, they are the best team in football, which is crazy. But once again, another tight end graveyard resurgency with Danny Dimes coming to life for Indianapolis. But for the Colts here, I like the -14.5. It's a big number, but I do think they will get this one done with margin. But we're going to talk about a couple props here that I do like quite a bit. And this is going to be where we find probably the favorite bet, and not only because you get it from a tight end, but also because you get the potential for quarterback sneak in the goal line, a quarterback run, reception. In a game that's going to be a blowout where they could kind of screw around a little bit around the end zone, this is kind of where you have to look into it, and it's probably going to be the number one. And honestly, this is probably one of my biggest things I'm upset about is that I just didn't have. I personally had him higher in my rankings preseason than probably most people, but I just failed to draft him in fantasy. I don't know why. It's kind of like really upsetting me still to this day. But Tyler Warren, he's going to find the end zone. All right. +120, probably the most chalky tight end prop of the day, but still +120, I still think is great value. Give me Tyler Warren to find the end zone. He will be in my tight end parlay 100%. And then the last player prop, and we've been on this one quite a bit. It's kind of like, hey, we're going down with the ship here. But Cam Ward, okay. I bet this a numerous amount of times this season and has cashed. Okay. Passing attempts for Cam Ward, 33.5 over. It's going to be at least 33. If you do want to get involved, great. I don't think this number has moved off of this. Let me check what this was at the open, but this is one of my favorite plays as well. 33.5 for Cam Ward going over his passing attempts. Will not be a fun bet. I will guarantee you guys that. It will not be a fun bet. He probably will have 20 at halftime, and then you're close to 20 at halftime, and then you're going to see kind of just this develop into a late game barrage of just, hey, we got to score. We're down, 2+ touchdowns. We got to score. The only way that this doesn't cash is that if Indy lays a dud and Tennessee's either winning or it's like within a 1-score game. I think that's the only way that this does not cash. So I do like Cam Ward over his passing attempts at 33.5 to wrap this one up. Okay. We're not going to talk about the Sunday night game and Monday night game. I do want to recap kind of the plays that I'm on right now. And we'll hit the props here real quickly. I want to give you a recap, and then I'll open up the chat for you guys to kind of kick it back and forth. But for me, guys, I'm going Devonta Smith, over receiving yards, 69.5. Henry rushing, I believe that was 87.5. I do like that one over. Rico Dowdle over 49.5. Cam Ward over 33.5 passing attempts. Tua to throw an interception. Jerry Jeudy under 18.5 longest reception. Stephon Diggs over 4.5 receptions. Okay, those are the props I am on for today. And then the 4 best bets of the sides and totals. We're going to go Baltimore minus 2.5, Denver minus 3, Houston under 43 against San Francisco, and Pittsburgh. I'm taking 3 points here for Sunday Night Football. That will be kind of a little tease for you guys, but I'm just trusting Tomlin, ATS, and it will be nice to see. I think Pittsburgh's live on the money line. Green Bay on the road does not bode well, and Tomlin does not lose prime time as a dog, and I just at home, and it's going to be kind of one of those NFL scripts, I think, where Aaron Rodgers finally completes that feat, becoming the 5th quarterback in NFL history to beat every team in the NFL. I think that's the actual number, or it could just be completely insane. But that's where I'm at. Those are my best bets for this weekend. And let's talk some tight ends. Okay, so let's talk some tight ends, and kind of just in reverence to the holiday and the spirit. I do want to throw up a little graphic here. Why not? Just have some fun with it. And you guys can feel free to light up the chat. I want to know your guys' top 5 tight ends. Post it right now in the comments, okay? And I will just, for all intents and purposes, I'll get my head out of the way, and I'll put a little graphic up there for you guys. If I can. Basically off of Instagram. And I'll put a little best tight ends of all time. Okay. So there you go. Talent and accomplishments. These are the tiers. We'll just give a little credit to where credit's due, a little homage to the greats in the tight end department. We'll do top 3. Give me your top 3 tight ends of all time. Just leave a comment with those rankings. And let's try to build one out here. Let's do a little channel play here. Tight end touchdown parlay, kind of wrap up the show. And if you guys have any comments, feel free to leave them down below, and let's kick it back and forth right now, okay? So we got Profit Gambler going with Otton, Andrews, Kittle is your 3-leg, okay? Yeah, I love the Otton. I love the Otton. He's just hasn't scored this year, and I might be mistaken because I think he did. Shit. Sorry. I did not pick up any. Missed the auction deadline for my fantasy league. That's never a good thing. Yeah, Tony Gonzalez, man. Bonus points. Anybody know where he went to school? Boy, I really think. Yeah, 22 grabs, 230, and no tutties. All right, here we go. I'm staying. The Kittle one scares me too because this is his holiday. He started it, but he has kind of thrown some duds. Okay, he has kind of thrown some duds where he just blanked. Like he'll have the yardages. Like he'll go for he'll go 5 for 100 or 120 and just not get in the end zone. Andrews scares me the most. He scares me the most. Let me look that up real quick. What is... Let's look up some... I'm going to get some music going. That way you guys aren't just kind of just chilling. Yeah, there we go. All right, here we go. Hold on. There we go. All right. Do you like Kittle or Schultz more? See, I kind of like Schultz more. I think Houston has less to throw to than San Francisco. I like Schultz a little bit more than Kittle. Here's Kittle. I mean, he's had one grab on the year, and I mean, this is kind of where I get a little worried. Is I know about the injuries, but still, I mean, today's an outlier with the day, but 3, 4, and 2 receptions. I mean, is he even going to be a full go? Is he even going to be full go? That's what I want to know. Like, is this, you know what I mean? That's kind of what scares me a little bit. SS Fishing is on Warren, Otten, Kincaid, Hunter, and Travis Kelce. Yeah, I'm a big fan. I think Hunter Henry finds it. I think he has a day in Cleveland, against Cleveland. The only thing that scares me about New England is the fact that they kind of have a dual thing going on here. They kind of go dual, and that scares me. Who am I looking at? Isn't it the old guy? And this is kind of the sleeper. It is I don't want to misspeak, so just give me a second. Yeah, Austin Hooper. 11 targets, 10 grabs of those 11 targets, and 1 tutty. So, you know, for the workload, Henry has 3. And, you know, Austin Hooper, for the money, if you guys go long shots, this is probably the long shot tight end play of the day. Plus 650. He had a touchdown last game as well. So as we build this out, this is a long shot. This is probably one of my favorite long shot touchdown tight end plays of the day. And you can do that. You can find backups. And you guys, I hate to say it, but you guys have not even mentioned, and I know it's not on the 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock slate, but the number one tight end, I think, for today, actually, there's 2 tight ends, and it's kind of the one that's worrying me because I'm worried about picking. I told you I have a rule. I don't pick 2 touchdowns from the same position in the same game. Maybe sometimes a running back or quarterback if I'm trying to get creative, but I won't do it with tight ends or receivers. And I'll talk about that next. The Kelce one scares me too, man. He scares me a lot. Andrews worries me with Taylor. He does. I'm not gonna lie. It's a different rapport. Kittle, Goddard, and Ferguson. So I think pretty much we've all established that Goddard is the building block against the Giants. We've been there. We've done that. We've seen it play out. And Ferguson and Goddard are definitely going to be the tight ends to go to. The totals for those games back it up. Okay. Yeah, I just can't get there with Kittle. And I know he probably scores, and you have to do it. It's his holiday, but for some reason, I just can't get there. Yeah. The problem, though, Prophet, with that conversation to be had is the fact that I think that literally, and that's kind of why I like the under for that exact reason. But I mean, it's yeah, and you know, D'Amico Ryans too is kind of no fool. If I was game planning against the 49ers, I'm taking Kittle out of the game. Like, I am Belichicking him out of the game, out of the script, And, don't fade George Kittle. I know you almost have to have him. I will have him. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I will have him. I make probably 5 or 6 kind of round robin these things. Because if you're getting almost 2-to-1 odds on all these tight ends, if you hit 3 of 5, 4 of 5 in a round robin, it's still going to be profitable. And that's the funny thing, though, too, man. I say that every year, and I just feel like it doesn't matter. Like, we'll talk about the top 5 most public tight ends to score. I guarantee you 4 of them score. I think Njoku's hurt a little bit, so I probably would lean more so towards Fannin. The only thing that just scares me, though, is A, Cleveland scoring at all, and B, like I talked about, Gabriel does not stretch the field, so it does kind of help the tight ends, but you're going to have to get pretty damn close to the end zone, and then when you get in that close, I mean, I don't know why you're not just handing the ball off to Judkins. So based on that logic, you'd almost be better off putting Judkins in a touchdown and just leaving a tight end off of him. Yeah, I think Njoku's hurt. I'm not sure, but if you are going to, I just personally would go Fannin over Njoku. Carlos, yeah, man, Schultz is one of my, I'm just kind of struggling with, because Schultz is playing Kittle, and I'm just struggling with stacking them in the same game. That's the only thing I'm kind of going back and forth on. But yeah, I mean, I think right now it's Goddard, Ferguson, and Warren. Those are my building blocks right now. Let me look up some Pitt stuff. Yeah, I hate to tell you guys this though, but 3 touchdowns in 15 games, Pitts or Cousins to Pitts, and he's, I don't know, I just don't see it. I mean, he averages like 2 or 3 receptions. I think his numbers are better. I'm just saying it's a downgrade in my opinion when he goes from Penix to Cousins. That's my opinion on that. Could be wrong, but that's just kind of how I see this one broke dad. I think it's a downgrade. So I just think I'm not saying he can't score a touchdown. I just think that it's a downgrade. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not going to score. I just he's just not on my top 5. It could happen. Darnell Washington to the moon. Yeah, for sure, man. And that's kind of what I was going to get into. I was kind of teasing it, saving it till the last, because we have to talk about this. Okay. And this is kind of what it kind of kept me up a little bit this week thinking about it. Rodgers tonight targets tight ends like crazy in the red zone. Okay. It is what it is. Okay. And the problem is with Pittsburgh is they have Darnell Washington and Jonnu Smith. So I wish I could show you guys my sheet, but yeah, I mean, going back, and then you have Darnell Washington, Jonnu Smith, and Freiermuth. Okay, we're really splitting hairs here. Okay, but Tucker Kraft's the other guy. Okay, Tucker Kraft, I think, is the other guy that you have to have on your sheet. He's been an absolute monster this season. And Monday night, I am going to throw somebody in on Monday night because it gives us a problem is they don't let you hedge out of things. You can't bet no on a touchdown prop anymore. You used to be able to bet no, and so you can't really hedge out of things. And I used to do that where I'd save one for Monday night and kind of boost those odds and then just be able to screw around. You can't do that anymore. They don't offer it. But Tucker Kraft is Green Bay's leading receiver, okay, and also has the 6th highest target share of all tight ends. And going against Pittsburgh, I think this is kind of where we're right there. We're right there. 8 targets to the tight end position. Top 5 allowed to the tight end position. Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun day. So I have Tucker Kraft, and I can't make my mind up with Pittsburgh, so I'm probably just going to not pick one, because if Freiermuth gets in and I bet Jonnu Smith, I'm pissed. If Jonnu Smith gets in, or Washington, and I picked Freiermuth, so I think I'm just going to stay away from that one. And then the other guy, I'm going to have to bring him up here and show you guys, because this is important. This is kind of the one that nobody's talking about because it's Monday, but maybe it's Mariota. Maybe it's Mariota, but let's talk about this one because it matters. Staying away from the Chiefs. I mean, obviously, but Zach Ertz plus 325. I mean, if you want some value, this is probably my second one. And just being on, I mean, look at him. On the season, 4 touchdowns in 7 games. Okay. 2 touchdowns on the heels of Mariota. The only thing that scares me is, will they be able to move the ball against the Chiefs? And the Chiefs give up, I think, 1 touchdown. 1 touchdown to the tight end position. They just don't. I mean, the Chiefs might be the best defense in the NFL, but how do you not like Zach Ertz plus 325? It's just it's a bad matchup, but game script, comeback script, just giving up on a route and just him settling in the end zone. I mean, we've seen this before. Zach Ertz 4th quarter touchdown. We've seen it. So this is kind of my long shot at plus 325. I mean, him and Hooper are probably my 2 long shots. And I just wish I could add them to my ticket and then be able to hedge off of it. But that's the only so I'm probably going to have to play a whole separate ticket with him in it and with him not in it. And just hopefully we get it that way. And then, you guys are on fire. You guys are picking literally... you guys are literally reading my mind as I'm going. And this is another kind of long shot. Mason Taylor at 3-1. Has not had a touchdown on the season. He's a little banged up, and I just worry about And the thing about it, though, is the Bengals give up the most touchdowns to the tight end position. But I just worry about his red zone target rate, okay? He's only had 1 red zone target on the season. So that gives me a little bit cause for pause. Yeah, let's check them out. I don't love it, but... And also, Bears-Ravens likely was brought up, but let's talk about Colson Loveland a little bit, because Cole Kmet is out, and Colson Loveland does not have a touchdown yet. He's had 1 red zone target in the last 2 games, but you do think Colson Loveland, stock up on him. This could be another long shot. This could be one of the guys that nobody talks about because of the fact that what's his face, Cole Kmet is out, and Baltimore, though, they do guard the tight end position well. That's the only thing that does scare me a little bit. But outside of that, guys, the likelihood of Isaiah Likely scoring. I mean, let's look at some of the numbers here. I know he was hurt. Plus 550. He's had like no action. So, I mean, yeah, if we were going based on last year, I mean, 2024, phenomenal for a backup tight end, secondary tight end. But 2025, 3 games of work, and he's had like 0 targets or 3 red zone targets, but no attempts. And targets overall, I don't even know if I think that's it. I think he gets that red zone target, but I mean, looking at the target share, 1.9% target share. He's only had 3 targets on the year. So, I mean, you're really taking a flyer at 5-1 there, Weasel. Badger, what are you talking about with Cal? Excuse me, if I'm drawing a blank. Liam in the house. What's going on, man? Tuned in late, but better than never. Let's hear it. Type it in the chat. What is this 7 leg? Let's see what you're cooking. Yeah, Brian, we talked K-Dot, and I'll pull him up because he has not scored a touchdown on the season. But Baker's that dude that would try to get him the ball. So, and they're going against the Saints, so they can screw around a little bit, in my opinion. That's kind of where we're at. Red zone target. I mean, he's had 4. I mean, he's had the targets, relatively speaking. Not familiar with underdog too much. Oh yeah, no, Tony Gonzalez. Yeah, sorry, I thought he was talking about a tight end scoring. I didn't know. Yeah, he went to Cal. Now I get it. Good job on that one. Bonus points. Lawrence, I like it all. I just don't know about Pitts, man. I just don't trust. I honestly don't even know if Atlanta's going to try to throw the football with Cousins. Like, I just don't know what to expect. If Penix was playing, then yeah, I'm all about it. But I just don't trust it. I've seen this before. I think it was in Minnesota, honestly, when they put Cousins back in, and he just literally got sacked every time. And I think they had 7 points. I can't remember who that was against, but that just scares me to scares me. Yeah, this is such a fun day. Such a fun day. Wings, beers, and tight ends. Can't wait. I told my wife, I said, it's National Tight End Day. I'll be back. Oh, man. You gotta love it. Yeah, I just don't know. See, unless you're playing trying to hit a 10 tight end parlay, which people will do today. You'll see it. People will hit them. They'll put dollar down and they'll hit 10 tight ends. I just don't know if you need him. I just don't know if you need Pitts, and I don't like the price too. I would rather play Hunter Henry than Kyle Pitts. I just don't know if you need it. I'd rather play Kelsey than Pitts. I'd rather play I just don't know if you need Pitts. One guy I'll tell you though, Juwan Johnson. No, these are this aren't even best bets. This is just an outlier kind of day, anomaly. It's just once a year, tight ends. This is just where you throw all the numbers out of the window and you just have a day. It's just, you just try to make 100-to-1 ticket with tight ends, and it hits or it doesn't. And honestly, to your point, I bet you if you would take all the starting tight ends straight up, because they're all going to be close to 2-to-1, and you just, 1 unit tight end touchdowns, you'll probably turn a very good profit. So if you want to round robin a lot of these tight end guys we're talking about, it's not a bad move. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, because now if you lose, you're going to blame me forever. You're going to hate me. I don't like Henry either, really that much. They're all live. That's the thing about tight end day. All of these guys are live today. There's not one tight end that isn't live. Probably other than Isaiah Likely, which I still think he's kind of live. Thanks, Derek. Appreciate it. Yeah, and guys, I'm going to show you guys another sneaky one. This is another sneaky one that, this is just getting down the rabbit hole, National Tight End Day, but, this is one that no one's talking about that I'm going to talk about them. Tommy Tremble at 7-1, 750 to 1. I love him. I just don't know what we're going to get from Andy Dalton. Okay. Against the Bills comeback script. But this is my guy that I'm kind of sneaky about right now at plus 650. Last 5 games, he's had 7 red zone targets. Okay. And the Panthers are going to run the football. They're going to get Dalton close enough to throw one. Plus 650, Jatavian Sanders. That's another sneaky. It's kind of my sneaky guy today. Him and Austin Hooper might be my long shots. And I think the best value on the board is Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz at plus 325. I just can't get over why he's plus. If somebody knows something I don't, but plus 325 in a game where they're going to be playing from behind, I love me some Zach Ertz. Unless he's hurt, I don't know. So National Tight End Day, for those of you that do not know, it's kind of a big distraction is what it is. But if you've ever hit a touchdown tight end parlay, you know what I'm talking about. So basically what this is George Kittle started National Tight End Day back on 2018, and that was basically. Oh, it wasn't from George Kittle. I'm sorry. It wasn't from the San Francisco's. It was from Jimmy Garoppolo. Or maybe it was, yeah. So tight ends all over the league were scoring touchdowns. That's how it came to be. We just rolled with it. Yeah, so it was Jimmy Garoppolo trying to get the tight ends fired up. So it was Brent Selleck. Basically, because all they do is block, and it's much more than that. So that's kind of where this all kind of started out. And then this is another sneaky guy. But it's in the same game where I love Goddard. Theo Johnson, plus 390. Okay? He's had 4 touchdowns in his last 4 games. Okay? Another long shot that if you're looking for value, Theo Johnson. That's the numbers. Look at the red zone targets too. It's not even there, but still before that. But like I talked about a little bit too, Philadelphia and the Chiefs are probably the 2 best teams in the NFL in guarding tight ends. Need one flex. You talking fantasy? I'd probably go Mims or McLaurin. I don't know what McLaurin's snap count's going to be though. I'll repost my picks just so you guys know. And just these are my picks, and just understand that the nature of it. So yeah, man, fire them off. Anybody still watching? We got over 130 people in this live stream, so it's been awesome Sunday. I eventually have to run to the book and kind of put in some of my last minute stuff. And so we're not going to do this too much longer, but I'll go for another 15 minutes if you guys want to. Yeah, but my core four for tight ends, it's going to be Goddard, Warren, Ferguson, and Kraft. And then from there, add one or two long shots, and that's how you have a day. So you do a six leg, like just for shits and giggles, I'll pull it up and I'll try to just formulate one here on DraftKings just for fun. Obviously, not financial advice, but we'll go tight end day, and that's stupid how they do that. They should have it listed as, maybe FanDuel does it better. Hold on. There, we'll use FanDuel. Anytime touchdowns. So like just food for thought, just to show you guys how much this, and now obviously every book's going to differ, but like just food for thought. Put in Goddard, put in Warren, Ferguson, which does odds kind of suck right now, to be honest, and Kraft. So like just that core four is 28-1. It's probably gonna be around 30-1. You can see at the top right. So like that's what we're working with. That's why you gotta love this tight end stuff. And then from there, like this is where it gets weird. Okay, so now let's add Zach. See, this is bad odds, but you add Zach Ertz, that's 100-1. That's $100 pays 10 grand. But that is like absolutely horrible odds. So Hard Rock has Ertz at 325. Yeah, so Hard Rock may be the ticket. That's like way better odds. Yeah, even DraftKings is better. And you know what you could do, though, too? This is another way to do it for the games that you like both. Like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Hold on. So if you guys are still watching, just work with me. I'm going to show you some on DraftKings that I kind of like to do as well. So maybe you'll let me parlay this. All right, here we go. Why did they got first? Oh, here we go. Either. Okay, so here we go. So Dallas Goedert or Theo Johnson to score. And then this is kind of a fun way to do it. They won't let me do Fannin and Henry. They won't let me do Fannin or Henry. No, we're not going to do that one then. Yeah, they won't let me do it here either. I was hoping they'd let me do Dawson Knox or Dalton Kincaid. They won't. There we go. This is a better way to do it. Who's the Dolphins tight end? Why am I drawing a blank? Yeah. Yeah, Bobby, it's kind of, this is why it's awesome, is because you can't really do that. You can lower the number, but then but they're really not they're still priced like any other week. It's all algorithmically based, and yeah, you can maybe tax it like 10, 15 cents, but you can't do anything. This is just, it's outside of normal statistics and numbers. You can't do anything. They just want the volume because, like, still, if you're taking things that have 2-to-1 expectation, just because somebody says they're going to take so much volume on tight ends, it's not going to matter. I'm working on something here, guys. We'll see what happens. See if it's even worth it. And I believe Matthew Golden's out for Green Bay, I believe. I wish they had like the tight end either or. Like I wanted to find Freiermuth or Tucker Kraft. They don't have it. Elic Alamora. That is a very good sleeper as well. Pretty much named them all, so I mean, someone got to hit, right? There has to be one tight end that scores. They don't even have Tyler Warren. In the ore market. Yeah, so that's 6-1. Goddard or Theo Johnson, Kittle or Schultz, Sutton or Ferguson, Dobbs or Kraft, Kelsey or Ertz, and Pollard or Warren. That's 10-1. I like Pittsburgh. It's just going to depend on if the NFL likes Pittsburgh. I do like Schultz a lot, man. With no Collins, I mean, what's up, Chad? I don't like the Bears plus 3.5 today. Just being honest. But good luck. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Is that because of the NBA stuff or probably? I just don't want to play Schultz and Kittle in the same game. It's just crazy that Sam Fran is just doing it. I just plus 180. Like, look at Kittle. I know today's different, but like, I mean, he just had like one target last game. 9 against Seattle, only one red zone target. I know it doesn't matter, but I'm just saying, like, I'm just not. This is like the least favorite year for Kittle, in my opinion, or year for a Kittle tight end game. I do think you got to add Kincaid to the core. I think he's going to be good to go. The other guy, the Otten stuff, man, it's just they don't have anybody either. There you go. Yeah, Mike, I don't know, man. I just don't trust. I don't trust it. It's a Zay Flowers day today. I will say that. I almost like Loveland more than Andrews today, if you're going to force me to pick one. But Andrews at 3-1 is just insane. Yeah, I mean, he's going to have a shot at it. But, all right, boys and girls, I have to wrap this up. I got to get to the sports book and lock some stuff in. So, I'll see you over on Discord. Appreciate the love and support for the live stream. If you are watching on X or YouTube, you haven't subscribed, hit that like button, all that good stuff. I do appreciate you guys all tuning in, as always. And let's cash some tickets. I will post my official tight end parlay slips on the Discord. I did post my official plays, the props I like as well, in this chat. But I will try to send probably be a little bit after 12, like 12:15. I should be able to do it in time. And I will screenshot those and send them over in the Discord. So, yeah, let's get it. Thank you all for tuning in. And let's have a day. And I'll talk to you a little sooner than later for Sunday Night Football. I probably will not make a video. I don't know, maybe something remote. I think we're going out to get some cocktails for the 1 o'clock slate. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, let's crush it. Talk to you guys soon.